Hello, Anna. This is Mike Connor. I am just set up your account and logged in, so the username and password that I sent you is good. It's a temporary password, which you can change. There's a number of ways to change it. One is to simply go into your account, and there's your logout button. There you go into your account, and here's the information that was set up for you. You can edit and make any changes here. And then if you click on this, you can change the password. Excuse me, I have a little pollen gets my lungs congested. Oh, there's a number missing here. So let's see. What could that be? Let's go in here and take a quick look at your... Oh, darn it. Don't have your phone number here. Let me pause this for a second to see if I can get that straightened out. So I looked that up and I think it's 6113. And then you just go ahead and save it. I'd encourage you to change your password. I'm not going to go into your account, but you probably should change it. So let's look here. You can either navigate by clicking on this, or up here clicking on where you want to go. You can go to the main dashboard or My Patients or Groups. Groups are for sending bulk emails or text questionnaires to people. So probably don't want to look at that right now. Let's just take a look at your go to your dashboard. Now, this is your alert system regarding the status of your questionnaires. And over here, it'll tell you that how many questionnaires are ready to send, how many have been sent but not started, how many have started but not completed, and how many questionnaires are now ready to view. Eventually, we'll have another one down here pretty soon that says chart notes that need to be signed. So you can go into your account to see your patients here or here. Let's just click on here. It's a bigger surface. And you have no patients. So at this point, you can create a new patient record. And then you put in some basic information here about your patients. And down here is the information regarding signing up or getting your patient's permission to send them a text or an email with a questionnaire link. And this one is fairly simple. They just go to this website and then click on a button that says Patient Sign Up. And they just sign up and you can send them a questionnaire. Or you can ask them to text the word START to this phone number here. And that will authorize you to send them a questionnaire. And you can't send a questionnaire by email or text until the patient is signed up, at least in those two modalities. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel out of your account right now and go to a demo account and give you a quick tour around. Okay? And by the way, always do this. Log out, okay? That way no one can get back into your system. And here's some important security tips. Read these and follow them, and you should have a pretty much bulletproof security on your system. So now I'm going to log out. And now I'm going to log in again using a demo account. Actually, we can just do it this way. The demo ones I keep no, that may not work. Let's see. Oh, got me in. All right, so you can see in this demo account, I have 2 patients with questionnaires ready to send. So if I click here and click here, I'll get the patient file and close this by clicking on it again. Patients was sent but not started. So this will take you to that. You can view it, and let's say you want to remind them to do it. Just a little quick thing here. You go, it's sent. but not complete. And if you want to resend it, the last send was to email. Check up here and see the account. There's the email address it was sent to. And I'll just send it again by email, right? And complete. And you can send the same questionnaire again to kind of nudge the person to do it again. And that acknowledges that it's been successfully sent. So let's take a look in here and see how many questionnaires have not been sent. Looks like there's 2. Okay. Adverse childhood experience and comprehensive mental health. Now, if you want to add a questionnaire, you do that up here. Well, let's actually do a little bit. Let's just take a look around right now. This is the patient's information, which you can edit, archive, or delete. That would delete the patient. Okay, so you don't want to do that. You want to archive it, you can just put it aside, and that means it's not in your main patient record. So you just, let's leave that alone. If you want to add a questionnaire, you just select from the list here of the one you want, add it. Okay, now it's telling you you can't send this or add this one because you already have one that has not been completed. So in order to add another questionnaire, we'll dismiss this, you have to put that in a, you have to delete it. And so it's in the sent folder, right? There it is. There's the one that you can't create another one. You'd have to go over to here and delete it. Don't know why you'd need to. You just need to resend it. So basically that's it. So let's just go back to patients again. All right. These are what are called breadcrumbs up here. That'll tell you where you are. Let's go look at a patient. This is your patient record, or your active patient list. And you can get to that and click on dashboard. So when you click here, you're going to get this list of patients, right? And you've got, I got 3 pages of them here. You can change the viewing length. Let's see. Let's go ahead and view this one, Mike Renock. So here's all the questionnaires, not sent, sent, viewed, right? There's a lot of them viewed there. Some of them were not sent by text or email. They were sent by just using a code, right? This code right here we can use to send questionnaires. I'll show you how to do that in just a second. So basically, here's all the questionnaires that have been completed. Now let's say for a second we want to analyze these, right? So I'm going to click on Analyze. You need 3 questionnaires completed to analyze. We select the type of data you want to analyze, the generalized anxiety, the depression, or global distress, which is just a combination of these 2. So let's just look at global distress. That's a combined score. We'll put in day 0, which is the first appointment. We'll go out, 200 days. We haven't seen the patient 200 days, but it'll gather data out as far as you can. So here's a plot you get. Now this is kind of handy. You can create a PDF of it to print and give to your patient. We'll do that right now. Takes a second. So there it is. You can print that and give it to the patient, and then you just close the tab. Now down here we can export this to a chart note, and this would be exporting it to the patient progress and coordinated care note, and you can export that, and when you export it, you're going to get a little chart note here that you can complete, and here's your graph and more notes, date and sign, and you can complete all this, and when you're done you can fax or chart this. We're kind of moving through this quickly, so I'm going to go back to patient info for now. Now, let's say you want to load a questionnaire. Well, there's an anonymous website that you can go to, a website that allows you to do questionnaires anonymously. It's ready123go.com. And if you give that to a patient, you say, hey, go to ready123go.com, take the anonymous screening, right? When they start that anonymous screening, okay, it's going to be all ready to go. They can start doing it, and they'll get a printout of the results. And when you are, and they'll also get an access code. So if they bring you this access code that's in the key in the chart, you can upload it into your website by clicking on Load Questionnaire, put in the key, and it'll load right in there, and you've got it in your EHR. Let's go back to patient info. Now down here, if you want to look at any questionnaires that are completed, you just look at viewed. You go over here and look at the option where you can delete it. I recommend you not do that unless it's not something you want to delete. And then you want to view the report, push complete. Here's the completed report, which you can read through. At this point, you can view the questions, create a PDF of the report, or send a fax. Go back to patient info again. Now let's say we're going to go take a look at patient chart notes. Okay, down here, and you can go, well, here's the chart note type, chart note date. You can sort them by clicking on these headings, and here's the ones that are signed. Here's one that's not been signed, and on June 17th. So let's take a look at this, right? View and edit, complete the action. Now, this one is not signed, but in theory, excuse me, you could create a PDF and send a fax, which would be like sending an unsigned chart note. Here's the patient's information, date of service, appointment time. Now this doesn't look right, does it? So you go, hey, I got to fix that, and then leave it at. So now it's at 10 p.m. Now you could go down here, and this is information about the status of the patient's record. These are all selectable fields which cover all sorts of mental status stuff. Your diagnosis, if you want to do a diagnosis, you just go, type in keywords, and it will, allow you to add a diagnosis. Oriented to person, place, and time. Let's see, person, place, and time. Now, these are all your interventions. It's basically all the things that happened in your plan, okay, or your session. So I can go, well, I'm pretty much doing the same things, but I'm going to review them. So we just go through, and if you look at all these, you're going to realize you do a lot more than you realize that are actually legitimate interventions. I have ones that I tend to do with every patient, and so unless every certain kinds of patients, if I do something different, then my awareness of what I did increases, and I can go in and check it off. Emotional interventions, health and lifestyle, social relationship interventions, therapeutic alliance, problem foci. Let's just add one, right? You can add something. And if you can just see here, there's a whole lot of things, that say they have some irrational beliefs. You go, yeah, everything's looking fine. Let's add one. Okay. Go down to medical interventions, medical problems. Let's say they reveal that they have. Doctor said, hey, you got arthritis. Risk factors. These are all things that are essential to a good chart note that'll pass Medicare, Medicaid, and most health plans, treatment plans, right? This is your big overall plan as to what you're recommending. Here's some treatment goals. If you do other, then you've got a text box to fill in below. Just read through these and pick one that you think is close. Here's some symptom burden goals, which are clinically significant reductions in, let's say, depression, anxiety. And then skills, health, and wellness goals, which would be a clinically significant improvement in these kinds of things. And down here are some text boxes that you can fill in information about your patients. And of course, this will all populate forward, and I'll show you how to do that. And here's a general notes section. And then you can go ahead and sign this, okay? And save it. Which date was this for? This was for June 17th. So let's view and edit that one again. Even though it's signed, we can still edit it. Now here's where you can create a PDF, or you can send a fax. And you send a fax, you just put in the information, you click send. It then saves the record of the fax on this date. You can also create a PDF, kind of lets you know the status. And then here's your chart note, which you can, well, do whatever you want. We hadn't filled these out yet. So let's go back here. Oops, that's the questionnaire. Let's just click on one and let you see. Let's do a little handshake with our server. And here's what a questionnaire looks like. So you can actually... And we have an update coming out, I think, next week, which is going to make this thing even cycle even way faster. So you can see there's a little pause. We're doing lots of improvements, it seems like, all the time. So, by the way, if you cancel an anonymous screening, you can't start where you left off. But if you send a screening or a questionnaire to a patient by text or phone, phone, text, or email, they can just click on the link again, and he'll start right where you left off. It's pretty cool that way. So you should probably send yourself one, just for the, I guess, fun of it, if that's fun. Okay, back to patient info. Let's look at chart notes, okay? So we've got lots of different kinds of chart notes. Here's a comprehensive chart note. Oh, wait, we want to create a new one. Come on. We've got a basic chart note, a comprehensive chart note, and a patient progress and coordinated care note. So here, you can create a blank one, or you can restore a note from the most recent. So this will take your last chart note and create one and fill in all the blanks with what was in the last one. And this is what's called rapid recovery. And that's where you can create multiple chart notes by selecting dates. And each date you select will create a chart note based on the previous chart note before that date. I'll kind of show you a little bit about how that works. You do the same thing with the comprehensive note and the same thing with the patient progress and coordinated care note. So let's take a look at this one. Let's do a rapid recovery here. And yet this is a situation where you go, oh, darn it, I forgot to put in 2 notes. I'm looking at them here and I forgot to log them. So you click on this field and you go, okay, there's today's date. And let's say, oh, I forgot to do it on this day and that day, right? And you go, well, we're going to create chart notes. Well, this chart note here on the 25th will be based on the most recent chart note. And oh, look, it just sent me a questionnaire. That's a, my gosh, it all bothers me. Wish I could figure out how to turn that off. And then this chart note on this day will be based on the most recent chart note for that. So you click next and it'll say, okay, this chart note you selected, right, will be based on this date, and this chart note selected will be based on this date. And you just confirm, and now it's created your chart notes. They're in here unsigned. You can go in and find them and sign and complete it. I got to pause right now. I got a patient to see. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I just finished my appointment. So, showing you about chart notes and how to do all that. I can't think of anything else I may have missed, other than maybe to let you know that, well, if you want to get out of chart notes and get back to your patient info, you just click up here on the breadcrumbs. So these breadcrumbs will let you navigate anywhere. So we've done chart notes, analyze, load. Oh, there's also something called the coordinated care note. Here's a completed one here, and this is for you to, send if you're. Here's your fax history too. Yeah. So here's a coordinated care note that I sent, to a physician. So you would just create a PDF or do a send by fax, and then you put in, it has a cover sheet with a privacy thing at the bottom of the statement, or bottom of the cover page, and off it goes. So I hope that helps. And if you have any questions, drop me an email or give me a phone call, and happy to help. All right. Bye.